All right, hey everyone, peace and blessings. It's Tuesday, August the 15th, the year 2017. I'm having a bit of insomnia. My wife is not home, so I stayed up and watched a Netflix movie called COPWATCHERS, and I thought I would do a movie review before I go to bed. So we did a movie review earlier in the year about the Black Lives Matter movie. It was called 13th, and it was about the prison industrial complex and how it put forward the story that they're targeting the Black and Hispanic community. This particular movie is another Black Lives Matter movie, so it's in the same category as 13th. It's called COPWATCHERS. One of the main themes of the movie is Eric Garner, who was basically killed on camera by the New York Police Department, supposedly for selling Loosies, L-O-O-S-I-E, Loosie cigarettes, which is a slang term for like selling one cigarette at a time, which is ridiculous. They never actually had him observed him, or there was no recording of him ever doing that on the police reports, but yet that's what they claim he was doing. It's hard to watch that video because when all of the police officers involved, one of the police officers do a chokehold, the others pile on top of him, he repeatedly over and over and over and over again said, "I can't breathe," and instead of recognizing that they were killing him, they just murdered him. And it was caught on camera. No one was ever held accountable for the murder of Eric Garner. And yet the man who filmed it, his name was Ramsey Orta. He faced several years in prison, and he was targeted on trumped-up charges because he filmed the murder of Eric Garner. I believe that's why. You have all of these cop watchers. Most of them are Hispanic and Black, and they're listening to the police radios, and they're going out to arrest, and they're filming the arrest of police. One of the chants that they had that resonated with me is, "We have nothing to lose but our chains." So they are righteously incensed of the police brutality going on in their neighborhood. I would only offer for their consideration that it's more than just the Black and Hispanic neighborhood. We also have white prisoners that are being targeted as well, but you know, it appears they can't see beyond their skin color and recognize that it's a militarization of the cops throughout America, and it has become a us versus them situation. You're either on the cop side or you're not on the cop side. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, but that's fine if that's how they want to paint their narrative. That's, you know, up to them. It's their movie, I guess. BLM mainly concentrated on the prison and industrial complex from what I recall, but this movie mainly focused on the police brutality aspect of things. It also said that the New York Police Department is the largest gang in New York City, and that there is retaliation if you speak out against the New York Police Department. It also had some insiders that said that there was quotas, and then there was quotas in the poor neighborhoods. It also showed these police stations. I don't know what to call them. It's not a police station. That's more of a permanent building. But these are like movable, portable boxes that they have upon lifts. I've seen them out at Walmart in my own city. And so in the public housing areas of New York City, they station these portable police boxes all the time in the public housing, and there's huge bright lights that light up the area in the night, and so you can look out your bedroom window from the public housing and just all the time see these police portable units. And so it's like living in a society that's under siege all the time. I thought it was interesting that there was a Black woman teaching her young child to say, "Am I free to go or am I detained?" It did talk about how the arrest and the court system has become nothing but a money-making system, and that they have to have people go through the system in order to make revenue. It's very similar to the Liberty Bell Network. The whole show is about cop watchers, right? They listen to the police radio and they go out and film the cops. But long before they were doing it, Schaefer was doing it in Alaska, and now Schaefer is spending a lifetime in prison. So this movie makes it out to be like, you know, black and Hispanics need to watch the cops. But Schaefer was watching the cops in Alaska long before this, and I'm not trying to like pit one versus the other, but the point was made in the movie that we all need to be cop watchers, and we all need to pull out our cell phone and film any arrest that we see to make sure that our constitutional rights are protected. They did have one example where a man was supposedly arrested for domestic violence, and he walked on his own power into the police van. They followed the police van to the police station, and when the man was brought out of the van, he was unconscious. And so he became unconscious when he was in the police van. And then it showed him leaving the police station on a stretcher, going to the hospital. And he wasn't in any bad shape when they arrested him. So they put forward the narrative that he was beaten while he was in the police van unconscious, which is not hard to believe. The bottom line is that BLM does make some valid points in the movie 13th. And this movie COPWATCHERS also makes some valid points. I would say that there's a book out called, I forgot the name of it, Radley Balco is the author. It's about the militarization of police forces throughout America. Oh, The Rise of the Warrior Cop. Sorry, the name escaped me and I just remembered it. Rise of the Warrior Cop. And it's the militarization of America's police forces, basically to stifle dissent. And so if anybody dissents with the New World Order and our new American government, they will be targeted and they will be arrested and they will be thrown in prison. Of course, The Kennel by Ken Hovind discusses the prison industrial complex and how it's a money-making scheme. So I do recommend you watch COPWATCHERS. It's on Netflix, and I think it has a story to tell. I just think it's a bigger story than blacks and Hispanics. I do think the militarization of our police forces is an issue that we need to deal with. All right, the last line of peaceful defense between a tyrannical government and the defendant is jury nullification. Neither the movie 13th nor the movie COPWATCHERS talks about jury nullification. It's incredibly important because the power still resides with the jury, and that's we the people. We are more powerful than the judge when we're on that jury. You can learn about jury nullification at feedja.org.